to my room and turned on the TV, thinking he had just fainted and would be fine. Shortly after, I heard the sirens. I will never forget Kristen coming into my room, sitting on my bed and saying, "Honey, Daddy didn't pass out. Daddy died." He had suffered a fatal heart attack. My mom was on the first flight home. Over the next week, she got everything in order. We had a memorial, or as we called it, a celebration of life. I will forever be grateful to her director at the time, Peter Jackson, who told my mom to go home and take care of me and let him know when she could finish filming. When she went back only a week later, Kristen and I went too. I will never forget Michael J. Fox spending his breaks playing Foursquare with me. He will never know what an impact he had on my life. The whole crew took such incredible care of us, and my mom finished the damn movie like a fucking champion. This was the first real example I'd gotten of how to handle the things that would erupt into my life. It was then, at the ripe age of 6, I developed the belief I would carry throughout my life. When I love someone, they die. Holy shit. I'd done it. I had graduated from high school. It was 2007, and I was finally 18 and so freaking stoked on life. I couldn't wait for summer. I had just moved into the condo where I'd be living while I went to college. On my own. The next phase. I had been with my boyfriend for just about 3 years, my high school sweetheart. He was the ultimate bad boy with just enough sweetness to be the first big puppy love of my life. His name was Jake Carter, and the year before, he had moved down to San Diego for college. He had a pierced lip, tattoos, and an incredibly sexy BMW. At the end of July, I spent a long weekend with Jake, his brother, and his dad in San Diego before my first semester of college started. It was a perfect end to a perfect summer. Until it wasn't. On August 3rd, 2007, my cell phone rang at 7 a.m. It was a girl I had been best friends with in early high school, but we'd had a bad falling out. Although we had kind of patched things up, we definitely weren't friends. Why the hell was she calling me at 7 a.m.? "Hello?" I mumbled, half asleep. "Gabby?" she said in a manic, unsettled tone. "Yeah?" I waited. "Jake is dead." I immediately hung up the phone. I didn't burst into tears. I didn't even register what she had said. I picked up the phone and dialed Jake's dad. "Hello?" he answered. "Tell me it isn't true," I said. His tears on the other end were all the response I needed. There I sat in my new condo, ready for a new chapter at 18 years old, when the painfully familiar wound was ripped wide open. When I love someone, they die. Fuck mistakes. If you learn from them, they were worth making. Okay, sorry for that heavy little intro. Important and imperative to understanding all that is to follow, but oy vey, am I right? Let's skip forward a few years, shall we? Those that know me are rolling their eyes and thinking, "Oh, that's convenient, Gabrielle. Skip all the crazy years of experimental debauchery and ridiculous, reckless decision-making." Yep, don't mind if I fucking do. And to all my exes who fall into this part of the timeline, you're welcome. This next part is the real beginning of what my friends and I refer to as the Netflix show that is Gabrielle's life. So buckle up. Here's where the completely normal fairy tale turned into a big fucking mess. I had met the man of my dreams, or so I thought. He had swept me off my feet and taken me to Maui, where he proposed to me with a picture-perfect ring under a waterfall. If that isn't romance, I don't know what is. Daniel seemed to be the answer to everyone's prayers, even my friends and family. I had a record of dating men who needed to be fixed, and Daniel was the epitome of a well-put-together man. He had a great job coaching sports, he was driven and determined, passionate about life, and he knew what he wanted. My mother had even said, after meeting him only twice, "That's the guy she's going to marry." And I did. On September 4th, 2015, we had an absolutely gorgeous wedding filled with everything any little girl could dream her wedding day would be. The wedding was followed by a beautiful honeymoon at the incredible St. Regis Bora Bora that finished with wine tasting through night.